Hey guys! Today I wanted to answer a lot of your questions and tell you how I healed and what my journey was to overcoming addictions and changing my life. So I made a list of 10 different things that were kind of simultaneous, but that helped me in my healing and helped me to overcome the different habits and addictions and issues that I had and become the person that I am today. So let's get to it. The first one is rehab. That was the very beginning for me. It was a second chance. So with rehab, not only was I learning tools to address some of my behaviors to actually know how to cope with my feelings and with my trauma, but I was validated for that trauma. I was validated for the crazy things that had happened in my life that I didn't have any control over. And once I had that validation, I could have closure with it. I could understand what those feelings were and that what happened wasn't normal or okay, and that gave me peace. And then I was able to take those tools that they taught us and apply those to my life, so that I, instead of being triggered and responding to a trigger with an addiction, I was using those tools to get and stay healthy and to stay focused on recovery. The second thing would be continued counseling. So much like rehab, I was validated constantly. And with the continued counseling, I went into even greater depth of my childhood and also into my marriage, because this is 10 years later, or throughout my marriage, because we went to counseling for years and years. So I was able to get the validation through different traumas in my marriage, and they also addressed my childhood and adolescence, which a lot of needed to be rehashed. It wasn't resolved, and I still needed someone to tell me that was crazy, that wasn't normal, and it helped me to kind of close those chapters of my life and feel at peace about them and forgive from those different things. So continued counseling, like even now, I don't care who you are, so many people are closed-minded to counseling, but everyone could benefit from it. And it shouldn't be this crazy thing like only Looney Tunes go and get counseling. Everybody can benefit from it. It's a sounding board with someone that is professional, that's going to tell you that whatever you are struggling with in your life, like, they're going to give you comfort and peace about it, and they're going to help you to know how to make better choices, how to react in certain situations. They're going to counsel you. I mean, it's so simple. I don't know why everyone isn't running to go and do it, and I don't know why it's such a worrisome thing and why people look down upon it so much. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's freaking awesome. You should go to counseling too. Everyone should. Individually, as a couple, for your childhood, for any issues you have, whatever. It's totally worth it. You've got to do it. I love counseling. Number 3, self-help books. I am a very determined person, and I love reading self-help books because I can read the information, decide if it's for me or if it's not. And if it is for me, then I immediately apply it to my life. I immediately see where the benefits of that method or that theory can apply to me, and I immediately apply that. And I find that self-help books keep me energized. They keep me wanting to improve myself and wanting to take a better look at myself so that I can be the best version of myself possible. We are always improving ourselves. We have huge potential, greater than we will ever know. So why aren't we working towards that? And that's what self-help books do for me. They constantly inspire me and motivate me to do better. Number 4, God just blessed me with a desire to improve. And when we, much like in AA books, the very first step is recognizing that you have a problem, recognizing that you are out of control, that you do not have you don't have the control over yourself, that the addiction has taken the control, and that you have a problem. That is the first step. So much like that, having a desire to do something different. Just a desire. You don't have to know anything at this point, but just to have a desire to want to do something better, to want to make more of yourself and be a better person, to change your life, desire is key. And God blessed me with a desire to do something different, to not walk in the same footsteps that I was led in, and to be a better person. Even if that was little baby steps at a time, it was something. Number 5, this is huge, hope and faith. If you do not have even the smallest amount of hope that things can be better, and faith that a higher power is watching over you or is going to have your back and wants you to do better, if you don't have a little bit of hope that life as a whole can be better for you, that you can have happiness and joy and live more peacefully, then you will always continue to struggle. But if you can have hope and faith that things can get better, then you have the energy and the drive to go and chase it and find it. And the hope and faith will be the foundation to giving you motivation, will be the foundation to help you in your recovery. Hope and faith are essential. Number 6, for real, get rid of old friends and old places. Why are you hanging out at the bar if you're a drunk? If you're an alcoholic, it doesn't make any sense. I don't care if that's where your buddies hang out. Get new buddies. Got it? It doesn't make any sense. So when I was in rehab, I wrote letters to all of my old friends that I knew were not good for me, that I knew that if I returned back to them, then I would return back to the old behaviors. So get rid of your friends. If there are family members that aren't healthy for you, make a boundary to not see them, not talk to them, do something different, move. You can move out of the city, town, or state that you grew up in. You can go somewhere else and start a new life. And if you have even a little bit of confidence in yourself and trust and faith that things will be okay for you, the amount of strength that will give you will be boundless. It will be so empowering for you that you will continue to make harder decisions, but they will be easier for you because you will recognize that you are able to do hard things. And as you do those hard things, you will get stronger and stronger. You will be unstoppable. So start with getting rid of old friends and old places, and start meeting new people and going to new places with a fresh start. Number 7, commitments to yourself and to other people. For me, I went to a place of worship every single week that I had to be worthy to attend, and I would do service at this place of worship every single week, so that I knew that not only was I looking outside of myself and focusing on doing something better for someone else, but I was committed to doing something every single week that I knew I could only do if I was healthy, if I was doing well, and it kept me in line, it kept me in check. That also goes along with number 8, which is service. Do service for other people. Make sure that you are focused on something else besides yourself. If you're so focused on how hard recovery is, or how difficult your withdrawals are, or how your friends are continuing to party and have fun, or whatever it is, if you're so focused on yourself, it will be hard for you not to think outside of yourself. Spend time helping other people and thinking about other people. Number 9, medication. Another one that people have a hard time with, that they think, I must be crazy if I have to be on medication. You know what? I would love to be on medication. I would love it. I've tried like 3 different or 4 different anxiety medications because clearly I'm a little anxious, or a lot anxious. Anyway, I would love to be on medication, but every single one that I've tried makes my liver go into rejection. So I have opted for natural things, essential oils, supplements from Harmon's or Good Earth or Sprouts, whatever is close to you, Whole Foods. Try any of those things, even Amazon. Once I found a brand that I really like, I usually go to Amazon and buy it for cheaper. And let me tell you, you cannot control a chemical imbalance. If you have a chemical imbalance, it's not your fault, it's nobody's fault. It is just something that happened in your brain. Why wouldn't you go and seek help for it? Why wouldn't you get the chemicals balanced so that you can like yourself? So you can like going to work, like your life, and enjoy it more. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to be depressed? But medication, seriously, can change your life and help you to be at peace again. So go and get on some meds. It's good. And you don't have to take them permanently. If you can get your brain treated and get blood flow back to different parts in your brain that need to be, you know, working properly, then it will be fine. And you eventually will be able to wean off things. It depends. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my word for it. I just know that that's the case with some people that I've known. But it would be worth it to go and talk to a doc, find out what the case is for you. And if it is a permanent thing, then aren't you glad you have a permanent fix so that you can enjoy life and be happier? Like, why are people complaining about this? Number 10, boundaries. 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 Number 10 is boundaries. I don't get why it's so difficult for people. I guess what I hear so often is that boundaries are like being mean. It's like making people feel bad because you're taking care of yourself. And I think it's weird. You know what's weirder? Letting people use you. Letting people take advantage of you and manipulate you. That's weird. It's a lot weirder than being mean to take care of yourself, right? Am I right? Yeah. So make boundaries. For me, it was boundaries not to wear certain clothes that I knew would get me negative attention. It was not hanging out with certain friends or going to certain places that I knew certain people would be there, or be around people that don't make me feel good about myself or I've done bad things with. There are boundaries even with my mom so that I could love her from a distance and not fight with her. Boundaries are imperative to make sure that you're sane and you're content with your life. And boundaries are simply limitations that you set to keep you emotionally, physically, and mentally safe. Boundaries are there so that you can separate who you are and how you feel from what other people think and feel. And the way that they think and feel should not affect you. And when it is, or when you're feeling resentment of other people, resentful of other people, you know that you don't have clear-cut boundaries. So there it is, guys. Those are my 10 things that I did and have continued to do that have healed me and have helped me to recover. I hope this has helped. I hope that this is incredibly healing for someone else. I hope that these same steps, not in any sort of order, but I hope that these 10 things can help you and inspire you to get on your track to recovery. You've got this. Thanks, guys.